shank to be bought around here at any price. What good is having $68 million? I ask you.
Well, this morning it's good for getting a lot of paper signed for Mr. Drysdale.
You was doing that when I left here 2 hours ago.
Oh, I signed 10 or 12 since then.
You got all them to go yet?
I'm just glad I don't have to read them.
The money's a curse, Jed. It's a curse. If you didn't have it, you wouldn't be needing to do all of this. We'd be living where there was possums aplenty, and the young'uns wouldn't be so spoiled that they was...
Hello? Oh, Jethro, where are you calling from?
Try and guess. No? No? I guess again.
Jethro, where are you calling from? What? I'll be right there. Come on, Granny.
Hello, operator. This here's Jethro Bodine. I just gonna let you folks know that I got a telephone in my truck now. I rigged it myself.
He's put a phone in the truck.
Yeah, with an unlisted number.
Not foolishness. He's got too much time and money on his hands.
Bye, operator. How about this?
What are you up to?
How could you? I figure it's about time we start acting like rich folks. Heck, every millionaire's got a phone in his car. Now, you stay right here. I'll phone you from Wilshire Boulevard.
I tell you, Jed, that boy is round the bend.
I don't know. Making a phone work from a truck takes a heap of smarts.
He's connected to the house.
Yeah, I hope he's keeping count of how much wire he's got. Here's he misfigured a mite.
Now you see what comes from having too much money. Millionaires, phones in the car. His rope has slipped. It's pulling.
Dear sir, it gives me great pleasure to inform you that the Clampett account has now reached the amount of $68,415,000. Signed, very truly yours, etc., etc. Now, who shall I send it to?
To me. I love getting good news in the mail.
Oh, pardon me. I'm Virginia Jennings from UCLA. I wondered if I might see Mr. Drysdale.
Well, he...
Come in, come in. My door is always open to American youth. Oh, this is Miss Hathaway. How may I help you, my dear?
Well, I'm president of the Philosophy Society at the university, and we have voted to make you an honorary member.
Well, this is a surprise, eh, Miss Hathaway?
Yes, congratulations, Chief.
Because of his generous and humanitarian ways, the Friends of Plato do hereby appoint Milburn Drysdale an honorary fellow.
Thank you. You know, I've always been a devotee of the great philosophers. Rockefeller, Morgan, Rothschild, Getty.
Yes. Well, now that you're a member of the FOP, I know you'll want to participate in our current project.
Certainly, certainly. What is it?
We're trying to raise funds to help a number of impoverished students finish their education.
What a wonderful idea. Who are they?
Well, I'm one. The other two girls are waiting outside.
Say, that's very clever of you.
Then we can count on your support?
Of course, you have my blessing.
We were hoping for something a little more tangible.
Like money?
Frankly, yes.
Say no more. Here at the Commerce Bank, we're always ready to help out needy students. Help her out, Miss Hathaway.
But it would only be a small loan for a few luxuries, you know, food, shelter, clothing.
Out! And tell your buddy Plato not to come begging around here either.
You just know safety, Chief.
Boy, I hope she gets a loan. I'm starving. Oh, if only we were food economic majors. We'd have some homework to eat. Jenny, that happy, radiant look on your face can only mean one thing.
You're right. I bombed out.
What do we do now?
Well, there's one more chance. I met this old kook of a millionaire named Clampett once when I was writing a term paper. He might help.
Let's go.
Now, wait a minute. Instead of the Friends of Plato, we ought to give ourselves a name that'll get sympathy.
Oh, well, how about Friends of Oppressed Educationless Youth?
You got the right idea, but the initial should spell out some catchy word.
So?
So that spells phooey. Come on, we'll think of something on the way.
And when was the last time you got to go fishing?
Well,
Before you got the money. And when was the last time you got to harvest a crop?
well,
Before you got the money. I say it's been nothing but a curse.
Granny, you're probably right, but what are we going to do? Long as we're stuck with it, we just gotta suffer along. Oh, howdy, young lady. Come in.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett. Hello, Granny.
Well, if it ain't little Ginny Jennings from up to the college.
Sure enough. What can we do for you?
Well, Mr. Clampett, I'm here representing Needy.
Needy?
Yes, the National Establishment for Educating Deserving Youth.
That sounds like a worthy cause.
Oh, it is, Mr. Clampett, and, well, to be honest, Needy needs money. A lot of it.
A lot of it?
Yes, sir.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Sounds like an outfit could use $68,415,000. Young lady, step in the kitchen. I'm going to write you a check.
Thank you again, Mr. Clampett. With this check, you have unlocked the economic shackles on that great door of learning, beyond which lies the sum total of human knowledge.
Well, you're surely welcome to. Bye.
Bye, honey.
Goodbye, patrons of knowledge, generous benefactors of scholarly endeavor. Farewell, good friends.
Did you get it, or didn't you?
Yes, such wonderful people, you know, so kind and warm and really interested
How
in you.
much?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at the check yet.
Well, is it enough to buy a hamburger?
Oh, I'm sure it's more than enough. Yeah, $68,415,000.
Oh, great. Let's see. 68
million?
Oh, Jim, we is plumb broke, and I've never been so happy in my whole life.
I feel this like I've been took out of harness myself. You know, I'm feeling better every minute. Fact is, I think I'll just walk right down to the bank and give Mr. Drysdale back his papers.
There's another person that won't have to worry about your money no more.
Yep. He'll be able to breathe a whole lot easier now.
Well, we don't have to spend it all on ourselves. We can help other kids get through the university. Yeah, we can buy books, supplies. We can buy the university.
I suppose we could do a lot of good with this money.
Please!
All right, I'll think about it. Thank you, Mr. Drysdale. Come on, kids.
It's true, Chief. I telephoned Granny, and Mr. Clampett signed the check. She's positively elated about it.
Oh, boy, I've got to stop eating herring and sour cream before bed. It's given me the worst nightmare I've ever had. Well, it's just like I'm awake.
You are awake, Chief.
Mind your own business.
You might as well face it. The Clampett account is gone.
Now, don't panic. This is business. These things happen. You win a few, you lose a few.
Well, Chief, I'm really impressed with the way you're taking this. What are you writing?
A suicide note.
Oh, no. Get a hold of yourself. There's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, yes, there is. We can fight.
What?
I've let Mr. Clampett get away too long with his crazy money ideas of his, and I'm calling a halt. I'm going to tell him if he persists with this insane idea, it's going to rub hard on him, real hard. I'll say to him, Mr. Clampett, if you give away all your money, you're going to have to move out of that mansion immediately.
Chief,
No, I'm through fooling around. And I'll say, Mr. Clampett, if you're broke, you're real broke. That means no money for food, no gasoline for the truck, nothing.
Chief, Mr. Clampett is...
I don't care who he is. I'm going to get tough.
Drysdale, you don't have to get tough. We fully expect to give the house back. It's only fair. And don't worry about us spending no money. We know we're broke and we're glad of it.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Sure is. You can start relaxing, and it shouldn't take long now that you ain't got the money to worry about.
Mr. Clampett?
Ah, this ain't goodbye. We'll be in touch. And, Miss Jean, see, can you get him to do a little fishing?
Chief, you're crying again.
Yeah, let's get going.
I'm almost done, Granny, but we want to be sure and leave the place looking like we found it.
Uncle Chet, have a heart. What's a sophisticated, educated playboy like me gonna do around all them hog wrestlers back home?
Oh, I reckon you'll get by.
But, Uncle Chet, I belong here. Beverly Hills folks is my kind of people.
Welcome to stay if you want to.
Well, I can't without money. I've done gone and got used to a high standard of living.
Well, you're between a rock and a hard place, because I ain't got no money to give you.
He's been living here for 5 years. Now he's leaving. Ain't you sad?
Yeah, sad it took so dad blame long to pack.
All right, boy, drive on.
Chief! It's no use, Miss Hathaway. I'm going to that big safety deposit box in the sky.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
What else is left to live for? All the good things in life are gone. All 68 million of them.
Chief, you're acting like a child. Now, why don't you approach this Clampett problem constructively?
It's too late. Don't try to change my mind. Just pull the desk out from under me.
Oh, Chief, I couldn't.
If you feel that strongly about losing me.
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just that this desk is too heavy for me to pull.
Miss Hathaway!
You'd like to get onto this chair. Well, be reasonable. Well, why don't you forget about losing the Clampett account and start trying to get the Jennings account?
The what account?
The Friends of Plato. They have the money now.
Yes. Say, that's right. I know. I'll try to get the Jennings account. Miss Hathaway, I just saved the day.
Jethro, can't you go no faster? I want to get back to them piney woods whilst I can still climb a tree.
Yeah, let's go.
Uncle Jed, are you going to give them the big news, or should I?
What you mean?
We ain't going to make it to them woods back home. The gas we got, we'll be doing good if we get outside the city limits.
How far can we go?
Beats me. We's running on wishful thinking right now.
You better find the first big, thick green woods you can. First place you see more than 2 trees together, pull over.
Ranger Warkle here. Warkle. W-A-R-K-L-E. Right. A truck about to dump some trash at the east boundary. And there's not even a road on that side of the park.
Well, this is as far as we're going, Uncle Jed. The tank's drier than dust.
Yeah, leastways we made it into some tolerable woods. How's Granny doing back there, Ellie?
Well, she's still asleep, Pa. Has been since before we turned off the road.
How'd she manage to sleep through all this bumping?
Plumb tuckered out. She loaded up the truck single-handed in 20 minutes flat.
Oh, I must have dozed off. Oh, we're back in our woods. And so soon. My, look how pretty everything looks here at home. Nothing's changed a bit. I feel like a new person now that I'm here.
Granny,
Oh, I gotta kiss the ground. The hallowed soil of my homeland. Oh, I've waited so long for this.
Granny, I think I'd hold off on that.
How come?
Well, we ain't exactly home.
Where is we?
Strictly speaking, we're still in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles? Hooey! That dumb cluck you've been driving around in circles.
We come as far as we could with the gas we had.
You mean we've stuck here?
For a little while, but leastways, we got good dirt under our feet. We got trees, bushes, sky to look at.
Birds and breeze to listen to. And...
How about it, Granny?
Los Angeles, pooh!
All right, here we are. Miss Jennings, your new home. Compliments of the Commerce Bank.
But this is the Clampett mansion.
Ah, but not anymore. It's yours for as long as you want it. And in those boxes, you'll find a few more surprises from the Commerce Bank.
You can't afford to give her the car and all of this?
You've got to spend $1 to make $1. Besides, I'm keeping the trading stamps.
Really, Mr. Drysdale, I just don't feel right about your giving us all these things.
Nonsense. It's just what I felt in my heart. And there's absolutely no strings attached. Of course, when it comes time to depositing the check, I hope you'll keep in mind that other banks would give you a calendar or a lousy blotter or something. Oh, goodbye.
Look, Jenny, this coat still has a tag on it. 4,500 clams. And this dress must be a Paris original.
Look, put it all back. I'm not going to take any of it. Or this mansion or that car.
What?
Well, Mr. Drysdale is only doing it so I'll deposit this check in his bank, and I just can't cash it.
All right, but we could at least try some of these things on.
Well, I suppose we could do that much.
Yeah.
You know, Jed, staying on here till we get enough money to go home on might not be so bad after all.
Yeah, leastways we's in the woods, away from all them buildings.
I've been studying on it. I bet you the owner of these woods would let us sharecrop them if we asked him. That way we could trade off the harvest for gas.
He'd probably be tickled pink just to get his land cleared.
Uncle Jed, I gotta talk to you. I've been out for a long tramp in the woods, and there's something I found out.
What?
I got to head back to the city. I gone and got too sophisticated to live out here like a wild animal.
Yeah.
Well, heck, yeah. When you took on as much class and savoir-faire as me, you can't just up and chuck it like a pair of dirty overalls.
Well, it's your life, boy. How do you figure on making a living?
Well, I'm gonna have me a talk with that there needy outfit. Having all your money, they can support me in a manner which I've become accustomed.
Well, before you make up your mind, why don't you listen to what we're planning to do out here?
Okay, shoot.
Well, we're going to look up the owner of this land and see can we clear it for a little farm.
But that'd take a good 6 weeks of wood chopping.
Yeah, and it'll feel good to get back doing some hard work for a change.
Well, I'm sorry, Uncle Jed, but it'd be too risky for me to do that kind of unskilled labor.
What you mean?
Well, I've been planning on being a brain surgeon or a soda jerk. And for either one, I got to protect these hands.
Well, good luck, boy. Be sure and say bye to your Granny and Ellie Mae before you leave, and let us hear from you.
Yes, sir. Bye, Uncle Jed.
Oh, howdy. Jed Clampet's my name.
I'm Ranger Warkle.
Well, pleased to meet you, Ranger. Who?
Warkle. W-A-R-K-L-E.
Yeah, Warkle. Sounds a little like a bird call, don't it?
What are you doing with this axe?
Oh, you got something to do with this land?
Well, you could say that, yes.
Well, you're going to be happy to hear this. We're planning on chopping down all these trees and plowing and planting a little corn.
Oh. And I suppose you want to build a little red barn and put up a nice fence, too.
Not unless we get some livestock.
You trying to get my goat?
Oh, we don't need a goat. Well, what do you say? Can we commence clearing?
Listen, you old coot. Can't you figure out why these trees are standing here?
Oh, but if you don't watch your tongue, you're going to have to find somebody else to chop them down.
Howdy. Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Jethro Bodine. I used to live here.
Oh, but Mr. Drysdale said we could
Hey,
take...
I bet you're the folks from Needy. Is Jenny Jennings here?
Jethro?
Jenny? Jenny Jennings? Is that you?
Well, yes, Jethro, but what are you doing here? I thought you and your family had moved.
Well, we did, but I just ain't cut out for that poor dirt farmer a bit. Well, it might be all right for them others, but I'm too much of a swinger now. I need about $1 million or $2 from Needy.
You need money? But your Uncle Jed's a millionaire.
Not no more. He'd give it all to you.
All of it?
He's flattered a run over hat.
Huh? Whose car is that?
I don't know.
Well, I'll go see if there's anybody out back.
I hope I can get that jar of crow gizzards that I left in the pantry. If we can't trade them for gas, I don't know what we'll do.
Don't worry, Granny.
Can't get over that Warkle fella running us off that land.
Well, that's my fault, Granny. He probably took it personal when I said his name sounded like a bird call.
Oh, we've got to go find him. Oh, Mr. Clampett, we were just leaving to look for you. You've got to take this check back.
I do?
If we kept this money, we'd be miserable for the rest of our lives. It just isn't fair. Come on, girls, we've got to take this stuff back now.
He's right, Granny. It ain't fair to make them young'uns suffer with all our millions.
Did you notice how they were dressed? The money was starting to ruin them already.
Mr. Clampett, what are you doing back here? Where are the girls going?
I'm Afraid we got some bad news for you, Mr. Drysdale. We're leaving my money in your bank. We ain't giving it away.
Do you see it, Miss Hathaway? They're giving it back to me. Oh, Miss Hathaway.
Well, it was nice being broke while it lasted.
Yeah, but the money is our problem. It's up to us to bear the burden of it.
Us and Mr. Drysdale. Look at him crying. He's as miserable as we are.
Yeah, too bad.
It's a curse, Jed. It's a curse. The truck quick.
Where are we going?
Home to fight the Injuns.
What engine?
The ones that are on the warpath. They're trying to grab our land. Hurry, Ellie, fetch the rest of the guns.
Now, hold on. What's this all about?
Ain't got time to tell you. They got Cousin Pearl.
Pearl?
It was her who telephoned. Said the Injuns was trying to grab our land. Then all of a sudden, everything went dead.
She got cut off.
Yeah, right at her scalp.
Indians ain't kicked up a fuss in our neck of the woods for 100 years.
They've been laying back trying to catch us off guard. And while we're standing here gabbing, they're torturing poor Pearl.
What'd you say about Ma?
I can't tell you. It's not for your young, tender ears. Jed, they probably got her tied on an anthill, dragging her behind a wild pony, burning her at the stake.
Here's Russell's guns. Let's go.
Yeah, we gotta save Ma.
Hold it.
Well, put it back, Paul. Granny says the engines will be out to Ohio.
Let's get going.
Now, we ain't going no place except in the house to call Pearl. Now, come on, all of you.
Jed, you're playing right into the hands of them red savages. The whole city, the bug tussle will be in flames. All 5 buildings will be burning. Them redskins will be hoping.
Granny, I just don't believe there is any engine trouble.
That's what General Custer said.
Hathaway?
Oh, Chief, Mr. Brewster just phoned from the Clampett oil fields and said...
They brought in another gusher. Oh, good old Brewster. Just tell him to keep those Clampett millions rolling in.
Well, that's not quite it, Chief. It seems there's an Indian reservation which adjoins the Clampett oil land.
They brought in a
And,
gusher there. Send a message to my Red brothers. Tell them Milburn Drysdale, their friend, speak with straight tongue. Tell them send old black wampum my bank. We put him in solid steel teepee, keep money safe for noble red brother.
Chief, hear me out. There has been a boundary dispute, and the Indians are claiming part of the Clampett oil land.
Why, those dirty, thieving savages. Get Brewster on the phone. Tell him to call out the cavalry. This uprising must be put down.
There has been no uprising. It is a minor boundary dispute.
Anything involving the Clampett money is not minor. Now, I want the pony soldiers sent in there with their thundersticks.
Really? If you will just listen to me for one moment. Mr. Brewster feels the entire matter can be taken care of very nicely by a conference between Mr. Clampett and the chief of the Crowfeet.
Never. I know Jed Clampett. Why, he'd give the Indians his whole oil field and his money to boot.
Now, Chief,
Didn't he try to give it to those college kids? And for no reason. Just because they were starving.
Well, I'm afraid it is too late to prevent the meeting. Chief Running Wolf and his son are on their way out, and I told Mr. Brewster I would meet them at the airport.
Traitor. Turncoat.
Reasonable.
Oh, all right. Meet them at the airport as you agreed. But don't bring them to the Clampett. You bring them here, and I will do the negotiating.
But Mr. Brewster said he...
You bring Indian here for powwow. Or you and me have powwow. I pow, and you ow.
Granny, these terms are getting awful heavy.
Put them back in the truck like I told you. The redskins have probably burnt the crops back home.
Bring them turnips back here, and Ella May put the guns away.
Yes. You don't know them Injuns like I do. My grandpappy fought them. He told me...
Hello, Luke. Yeah, Judge Clampett speaking. Well, listen, Luke, Granny is worried that folks is getting scalped there. Would you talk to her?
I didn't didn't say you was overcharging anybody, you old nut.
Granny man Indian scalp. She got the notion the crow feeds on the warpath and grabbed Cousin Pearl. We couldn't get no answer at her house. Oh. Luke says that Pearl was in there not 10 minutes ago.
Was she missing any hair?
Says he couldn't tell. She was wearing a hat.
She could have been scalped to the bone.
Granny, she'd have said something.
Not Pearl. She was never one to bother other folks with her trouble.
Luke, that's all we wanted. You ain't seen no Indians, huh? Well, thanks a heap. Bye.
Jed, your ignorance of Injuns is gonna be the death of Luke Short. Of course he ain't seen no Injuns. He ain't gonna see 'em.
Hey, what should I do with the turnips?
He's gonna hear an owl hoot. Then he's gonna hear a whippoorwill call. And then... fiery arrow right into his pickle barrel.
Hey, what should I do with the turnips?
Granny, if you want to call Luke and warn him, go right ahead. Now, give me them turnips.
Well, is we gonna go home and fight Indians, or ain't we?
I'm not. I don't want to hear no more about it.
There goes a good man, Jethro, but he's got one blind spot. Injuns. Hello. Oh, howdy, Mr. Brewster. Yeah, Pearl told us the Injuns were after our land. What? They're coming to Beverly Hills. Never mind, I ain't got no time to listen to no more. Goodbye. Come on, Jethro, we gotta spread the alarm. The Injuns are coming.
Well, why would they come out here?
Down there, stupid questions. The whole city, we gotta save them.
Actually, this boundary dispute could have been settled by correspondence. But I thought Dad would enjoy seeing Los Angeles.
How about it, Chief Running Wolf? What do you think of our city?
Ugh. Oh, come on, Dad. He likes to put people on with that Indian talk. Actually, he's a graduate of Oxford.
How interesting. I really would like your opinion, Chief.
Well, frankly, I find the high incidence of hydrocarbon and monoxide pollutants in your thermally inverted atmosphere very detrimental to proper respiration.
Go back to Ugg.
The Indians are coming! Get the cars in a circle! The Indians are coming! Get all the cars in a
Mr. Drysdale looks after the Clampett business affairs, and he requested that I bring you by here first. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
Dad owns a few banks back home. He and Mr. Drysdale will have a lot to talk about.
Wonderful! Running Wolf and Little Fox are here. Right, Chief?
Chief?
Oh! That's what I call Mr. Drysdale. It's merely a term of respect. He's not... Chief, what in the name of Tonto are you doing?
Pale-faced woman, leave Chief with Red Brother.
But, Chief...
Go! Take 'em coffee break. How? Red brothers wear white man's clothes. Bad medicine. Want white man's oil land. Very bad medicine. Oil, smell 'em up, Indian campground. Poison spring. Hey, great spirit, very angry. Listen to counsel of True Tongue. Go home, where the buffalo roam, and deer and antelope play. There seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Indian no listen to Brewster. White man speak with forked tongue. Indian speak straight tongue. Go home. Tell your people the great chief of West love Crowfeet tribe. Send them many presents. Cost them True Tongue plenty wampum. Beads for score. Tick, tick For brave. Look. Magic fire stick. Beat 'em, Flint. Huh? Indian make music sweeter than west wind in treetop. Forget oil land. Take 'em gifts. True tongue, give Red Brothers the works.
Don't worry, Ellie. Granny's got a scheme that'll fool them rascals when they goes to scalp us.
Granny, do you think it'll come to that? You'll just have to face up to it, child. It's the four of us again the whole Crowfoot tribe. We can only hold them off so long. Then they'll rush us and go for our hair.
Oh, Granny.
Just play dead and let them have it.
Won't that smart?
Not a bit.
Granny, hey, that's mine.
Oh, yeah. This is mine. Take yours, Ellie.
Petro, I want you to... What is all this?
Wigs to fool the Injuns when they goes to scalp us.
And Granny's got one for you, too.
Yeah. There you are. They'll think you're albino. Injuns are superstitious about them.
Granny, I just talked to Mr. Brewster. The Indians is coming out all right, but they just coming to talk.
Talk.
Yeah, they got a reservation over to the Beverly Sunset Hotel, and I'm supposed to go over there and talk to them.
Did I tell you he had a blind spot? He's walking right into their reservation. Well, at least he ain't going empty-handed. Ellie, fetch their guns.
Granny, we ain't going to fight. We're going to talk.
Did you ever see a John Wayne movie? It's an Injun trap. Why, they'll peel your head like an onion.
I ain't taking their word for it. Mr. Brewster said it.
Sure he said it. They was probably holding burning coals at his feet.
Here you go.
All right, we'll take the guns.
And the wigs, too.
And the wigs, too.
Now, there's just one little favor Ellie and me would like to ask of you before you go.
What's that?
Shoot us! What? Don't leave us to the mercy of them red devils.
Drive on, boy.
Ain't we gonna shoot him?
Drive on, boy.
John Wayne would have shot us!
I can't let you make a fool of yourself any longer. They've been putting you on.
It was a great performance, Mr. Drysdale. My people could take Indian lessons from.
Running Wolf was a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford, and Little Fox has his Ph.D. from Harvard. And as for being impressed by these trinkets, the chief owns a string of banks.
Banks? So that's it. You're after the Clampett money, too.
Say, that reminds me, Dad. We're supposed to have a meeting with Mr. Clampett.
Miss Hathaway, could we impose upon you?
Oh, of course. My car's right out in front.
Never! You come near the Clampett place, and you'll be shot down like dogs.
I'm sorry. Actually, Mr. Drysdale's a very fine man. But he has one blind spot. Money. He just goes berserk.
Fortunately, we're meeting Mr. Clampett at our hotel.
Oh, good. I'll get you a cab.
Any sign of Injuns, Ellie?
No, ma'am, Granny. I ain't seen a thing, ain't heard nothing neither.
Oh, that's the worst sign there is. They'll be on us any minute.
Miss Jane's car just turned to the gate. She's made it to the fort.
I bet she ain't. He could be a redskin skulking behind every bush in the yard. Quick, step aside. I'll cover her. Oh, too late. They got her. There's an Injun at the wheel.
Oh, Granny.
This is for Miss Jane, you bloodthirsty buzzard.
Hit him, Granny?
I don't know if I hit me, but I sure got a mess of feathers.
How do you do? Won't you come in?
Thank you. Oh, wrong room, Uncle Jed. We was looking for a couple of ignorant Indians.
We might qualify. I'm Chief Running Wolf.
Oh, pleased to meet you. I'm Jed Clampett. This here is Jethro Bodine.
How, Red Brother?
Little Fox, Mr. Clampett is here, And he's brought along a friend of Chief True Tongue.
You about scared the daylights out of us poor defenseless women.
Well, I'm sorry, Granny. I had to warn you about the Indians.
Well, why'd you come up here dressed like one?
So he could slip through their lines, Ellie.
Yeah.
She ain't too smart when it comes to Injuns. Comes by it honest. Poor child.
Where's Miss Jane?
I'm afraid she's with the Indians.
Oh, no. Did they take her alive?
Alive? I...
Never mind. I can see it's something you'd rather not talk about.
Yeah. Where's Mr. Clampett?
That's something I'd rather not talk about.
Oh, Granny, him and
Jelly, we don't air our family failings in front of outsiders.
Well, Granny, wherever he is, tell him not to talk to those Indians.
My very own words.
Good, good. He shan't have nothing to do with those savages.
Mr. Drysdale, it looks like you and me is the only two people in Beverly Hills with any Injun savvy.
Yeah.
Let them attack. We'll show them.
Attack?
Mr. Drysdale, that Crowfoot tribe will be on us like a pack of wolves. Racing around the house on their war ponies, screeching their blood-curdling yells, flinging their lances and tommyhawks, shooting their burning arrows.
Granny, you expect a real Indian attack?
Mr. Drysdale, except for John Wayne, they ain't nobody knows Injuns like me. Raise after our land, and them varmints don't give up. If we don't fight them here, we'll have to go back home and fight them.
We'll fight them here.
Good.
I'll go telephone for help.
There ain't nobody that'll listen to you in this town. Listen, you can get hold of John Wayne.
Say, that's a good idea. I'll call the movie studio.
Here's the telephone.
You want John Wayne to help fight off an Indian attack? Milburn, are you calling from a bar or the funny farm?
I am calling from the Clampett Mansion, where Granny says the Indians will ride up on their war ponies.
Milburn, I'm busy. Have some black coffee and call me back.
Larry, if Indian don't attack here, Clampett's go home fight Indian. Studio closed down, Chief Bald Eagle lose job.
I'm beginning to read your smoke signals. One Indian raid coming up.
Chief, I think we made a real good deal. Fair to both of us.
Yes, as my son the attorney would say, quid pro quo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't speak Crowfoot.
Well, so long, little fox. Sure has been nice dealing with you.
My pleasure, Jethro.
So long to you, too, Chief.
Au revoir.
Oh, the boy don't speak Crowfoot neither.
So long.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chief.
Goodbye.
Well, Kajit, I don't know how you made out with the chief, but I sure gave his son a skinning.
You did?
Yeah, I traded him my $40 wig for this.
Nice watch.
That ain't no watch. It's what you call a genuine Injun tic-tic.
Can't understand it, Ellie. I ain't dropped a one of them red devils, and there must be better than 100 of them.
Well, we's running low on shells, Granny.
I hope Mr. Drysdale's doing better out back.
I thought you guys were stuntmen.
We are.
Well, make it look real. I took the buckshot out of Granny's shells, but you still gotta bite the dust.
What dust? That's cement.
Well, do something to make it look like an Indian raid. I can hire jockeys to ride. Out front, out!
I'm finding the range, Ellie. I just dropped one. He's still bouncing.
Too late, Granny. We's out of shells.
Only John Wayne was here.
Mr. Drysdale's been hit.
Only a flesh wound in the heart.
Fetch my knife. I'll cut it out.
No, I can do it.
Dirty red savages.
This is the bravest thing I ever seen.
I'm going out there and give myself up. Now, right away, and you'll be saved.
Oh, no, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, yes, it's me they really want.
You, when you've seen Ellie Mae, they might be ignorant, but they ain't blind. Now, Ellie, it's time for these.
Let me go out there. I'll trick them. I'll lure them away.
Are you dead set on that notion?
Yes?
There's one way you can lure them off.
What's that?
Come with me. Ellie Mae, get that stuff away from the door.
They won't believe I moved.
If they run fast enough, they will open the door, Ellie. They'll shoot. No, they won't. Besides, the way he sheds arrows, it won't matter.
Well, I'll go see if he makes it.
No, child. It's better if we never know.
Well, Granny, we's back safe and sound.
I told you it wasn't going to be no trouble with the engine.
Uncle Jed was right. Look at that, Uncle Jed. Granny will do anything to keep from admitting she's wrong.
Yeah, she's a fine little woman, but she's got one blind spot.
Engines.
I beg your pardon. I understand you were looking for me. I'm John Wayne.
Where was you when I needed you, John?